Why are people moving to Detroit? It's a question that's been on the mind of a lot of people in the city and actually around the nation. If you follow my channel for any period of time, you know that I help people move to the city every single month. So what is bringing these folks to the city? In this video, I'll be breaking down many of the various reasons that I believe people are moving to the city and what attracts people to a city like Detroit. And if you stay to the end, I'll be giving you the reason I think that's the most compelling at the end. What's going on? I'm Ed Butler. If you're new to the channel, I make videos about living, working, eating, sleeping, and playing in Detroit. If that's something that you want to learn more about, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And if moving to a city like Detroit or within the city of Detroit is something that you're looking to do, feel free to reach out. All my information is definitely down below. And with that, let's hop into the video. Now, one of the main reasons I believe that people are starting to for sure move to Detroit, or at least put it on their radar, that I hear people reach out and ask me about when I pick up the phone when one of you guys call, is usually the cost of living. I receive a lot of phone calls or emails from people on the west coast of the country, so coming out of California, Washington State, etc., saying that, you know, I was looking at houses out here, I'm pre-approved for $800,000 out here, but it's not getting me anything at all. A live anecdote of that is a family that I helped move here last year. They said, I'm pre-approved at $800,000 here in California, but I can't find anything and nothing makes sense to be living in a 1,000 square foot place. We vacationed in Michigan last year and we actually loved it. So we're thinking of moving our family to Michigan, where our money is going to go a lot further in providing ourselves with a better lifestyle. And 3 months later, I was able to help them secure a home here for $400,000, so half the budget that they anticipated on using, with 3 times the house. So number one on the list has to be cost of living. And don't take my word for it. According to Forbes, Detroit is the most affordable city in the entire nation. It's ranking 27% under the national average. So if you're looking to find yourself a better quality of life and have your money go further for you, that you're really working hard to get, and you seem like you're getting less and less benefit out of it, well, Detroit might be a place for you. Now, alongside with that, I've a little bit of alluded to is home price. This is another reason that people are attracted to Detroit, whether it's to move here or invest here, is because the median average in the United States is around $240,000. I'm pretty sure that number is a little bit higher in reality, but we're gonna roll with it. And then the median price in Detroit is right around $45,000, but I can tell you that definitely skewed by, you know, the abundance of lower price housing that we have. From livability standpoint, you're probably gonna be in that $80,000 to $100,000 range for, you know, it's a decent home in a okay neighborhood. But in reality, I know that that number is a little bit higher as well. So let's call it around $90,000. But even then, from $90,000 to $240,000 or probably $300,000, which actual reality is, that's a big gap. So that means definitely, if you want more housing for your buck, Detroit is definitely a place to look. Now you may wonder to yourself, okay, cool. It's going to be a lot more affordable in Detroit. I can get more bang for my buck, but where are the jobs in Detroit? You know, all I've heard was that there's just a bunch of factories and people working there like in the 1930s or whatnot. That was historically the truth, and today it's a little true as well. The majority of our folks do work in some part of the automotive sector, but that's actually crossing the bridge over now because we have such an abundance of mortgage industry companies here. So Rocket Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in the country, and then United Wholesale Mortgage, the #1 wholesale lender in the country, both headquarter itself here in Detroit and Metro Detroit. And these folks provide an abundance of jobs all over the city, and they're drawing more and more attention to the city. But they're not alone. Many other Fortune 500 companies find themselves bringing offices here, hiring more people, and investing in the future of Detroit. And if you wind your clock all the way back to 2013, which we're in a bad place for Detroit, we had about 18% unemployment. Fast forward that to 2021, we're looking at a 4% unemployment. That's a huge drop. So there are definitely jobs out here for Detroiters. And if you're not just looking for jobs, you're looking to build something, start something on your own, the entrepreneurship route is bustling here in Detroit as well. And according to Inc. magazine, Detroit is one of the best cities in the country for entrepreneurship, with a thriving startup ecosystem and a low cost of business. These are all important things when you're trying to get your business off the ground to thrive. Now, beyond those hard and fast ones, something that's a little bit more close to home and something that we all can kind of agree on is the food scene. The food scene in Detroit is absolutely amazing. I mean, and it seems like we're getting more and more high-end, lower-end, mid-end restaurants every single month. There's so many more entrepreneurs and startups and chefs that are bringing their thoughts to life for Detroit. You can go all the way high end for one of the restaurants downtown, or you can enjoy our classic Coney Island hot dogs that are almost in every neighborhood corner. And don't take my word for it. In 2020, Zagat, I think that's how you say the magazine, named Detroit as a top food city in the United States. And with that, tying in together, food and culture kind of go hand in hand. I mean, we have an abundance of people of all different races and backgrounds. And one of the things that we use in culture is our food to introduce others to our culture, right? With a huge Mexican-American population, African-American population, white Americans, and Arabic population, you're sure to have a collective of culture bustling in the city, working in harmony together. Detroit's home to a bunch of museums, art galleries, theaters, so the Fox Theater, Charles H. Wright Museum of Arts, the Motown Museum, all are right in the downtown ecosystem. And then Ford's even building out a historic landmark, the Michigan Central train station, to be their innovation headquarters for the future, which has been a great delight to see going up over there on the southwest side of Detroit. So there's no shortage of history and culture in the city. And if that's something you want more of, then a city like Detroit could definitely be for you. Another reason that I'm seeing a lot of people want to move here is because of the access to water. So Detroit's surrounded by the 5 Great Lakes. It's like it's covering us in a pocket, right? But mainly the Detroit River is right in the heart of Detroit. And if you want to be able to live riverfront or waterfront for that matter at a low cost, Detroit is one of the best places to do it. Where else can you get a 5,000 square foot mega mansion on the water, literally direct access to the water out your backyard, around $600,000. Well, Detroit, that's where. And then with that, we actually have our own private island in the city of Detroit. It's called Belle Island. And you literally can drive from Jefferson Avenue down the bridge onto Belle Isle and enjoy the river from all sides and all the attractions that are on Belle Isle, which are getting built up more and more each year as we invest more into the city. Last but not least, is that I believe people are moving here because they want to be a part of something bigger. If you know millennials like myself and others, we care more about why you do something than what you do, right? We're a generation built on the inside a little bit more than just the outside facade. We care about causes, we care about making an impact in the world, and I think that's what a lot of millennials that are moving to the city want to be a part of. Everybody knows the history that Detroit has had, you know, from being a very thriving economy, one of the top cities in the world, falling on hard times, and now we're making a renaissance. And if you want to be a part of history and a part of building something bigger than yourself, then living and growing and being a part of the Renaissance of Detroit, something you might want to do. Now, these are just a few of my reasons. Take them for what they are. These are my personal opinions, but do your research on Detroit. Check out some other content on my channel. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you got anything out of it. And feel free, if you're thinking about making that move to Detroit, all my information is down below. I love to have your back in your home buying or selling journey. And with that, I catch you on the next one.